So these are thyroid follicle containing the colloid, which is the thyroid hormone. They are lined by follicular cells, the one responsible for the synthesis of the thyroid hormone. And we have paramolecular cells. They are big cells which are which contains a clear cytoplasm. That's why they are called C cells or clear cells or parafollicular cells. So they are bigger than the usual follicular cells. Basically, they're called C2D. The next slide is the parathyroid. Now, in the parathyroid, majority are dark cells. These are your chief or principal cells, which are basically staining. And in between, you'll find red cells. You'll find red cells. You'll find red cells. You'll find red cells. There. There. The red cells there. The cytoplasm are red. These are your oxypils. They say that the oxypils are just degenerated or degenerating chief cells. So majority of these are red cells here. So these blue ones are your chief cells or principal cells which secrete your parathyroid hormone. The next slide, the next specimen is your adrenal gland. So your adrenal gland is made up of the capsule on one side and the capsule on the other side. That is a transverse section. So this would be the adrenal cortex here. In the middle will be the adrenal medulla. On the other side will be another adrenal cortex. We divide the adrenal cortex, majority of which are in the middle. It's called the zona fasciculata. And the one that forms like glomerulus-like structures, zona glomerulosa. And then here you have your zona reticularis. So again, zona glomerulosa, zona fasciculata, zona reticularis. Now at the middle, where you find big blood vessels, at the middle, see big blood vessels. This is your zona, this is your adrenal medulla. The characteristic cell here is chromophil cells, in reference to your parasistalis, which is chromophil. So chromophil, they are one responsible for the secretion of your epinephrine and norepinephrine. The next slide is a structure which you have seen before. You see here an island of light staining cells in a sea of dark staining cells. So you see the light staining cells there, light staining, low power. And this is the light staining cell. These are dark staining cell. That's why sometimes they define it as island of Langerhans is an island of light staining cell there. Light staining cell in a sea of dark staining cells. The dark staining cells are pancreatic cyanide. We are not interested in that. We finished that already during the digestive system. We are interested in the island of Langerhans. You should know the different cells and the different secretions. Next slide is an old slide for you. This is the placenta. Find here the chorionic villi, the floating villi. They are surrounded by cells that are anastomosed to each other, syncytial cells. They are called the syncytial trophoblast, the one that is responsible for the secretion of human chorionic gonadotropin. Now it seems very easy, but during the exams when you are under pressure, it might be a different story. So I suggest that you look at them again, even if since that you know it already, you see at them under the microscope to make your faster. For the ovary, you'll study this when you study oogenesis. This time you study only the cells that surrounds the follicular cells. So these are the low power.
Low power?
These are these are follicular cells. These are follicular cells. Surrounding the follicular cells is a layer, they call it a theca. And there is a separation, that's a basement membrane, which separates the granular cells here from the theca. So you have the theca interna and the theca externa. As far as the theca interna and externa, it's very hard to differentiate them under the microscope. But just after your basement membrane of the granular cells is your theca interna. If you take a look at them in high power, you see blood vessels. It's called the vascular layer. Now it's a vascular layer. They are the one that produce your androstenedione, which goes to the follicular cells acted upon by aromatase. The aromatase will convert it into estradiol, which is the precursor of your estrogen. So if you place the secretion of the theca interna estrogen, it will be considered correct also because they go to the granular cells in order to be converted into estradiol. So they're the ones that actually secretes the initial. And under the guidance of SNH, the aromatase are produced by the granular cells. The next slide, this is the last slide. This is a testis. Each of these are called seminiferous tubules. We study the contents of the seminiferous tubules, the seminiferous epithelium, and we go into spermatogenesis. For the meantime, we study only the cells in between the seminiferous tubules. This is called the interstitial cells of Leydig, which secretes the hormone testosterone. So all of those are the slides for this morning. And the last slide is, there are 2 more slides, 3 more slides. So this is the ear. This is the ear. You have to differentiate. This is the consistency of the bone. At the middle. So this one is there. You see, this is attachment. This is your cochlear nerve. If you go up, you'll see this. This is the spiral ganglion of Corti. The axons will join together to form your cochlear nerve. You go this way, and go that way. There, see? Oops. Very good. See, this is the bone that encases the spiral ganglion of Corti. It's called your modiolus, or the modiolus. So this is the modiolus, the bone in the middle. The modiolus will extend towards the area of the scala media here. This is your spiral lamina, which houses the group of axons that arises from the organ of Corti. So if you are asked to identify, this is the, can you see that at the back? My finger? This is the spiral ganglion of Corti. The one that is encasing it is the modiolus. The one at the back is your cochlear nerve. This is your spiral lamina. The content would be the axons coming from the organ of Corti, hair cells of the organ of Corti. This one is the spiral limbus. And that is your interdental cells that secrete your pectoral membrane. This one is the stria vascularis. Behind it is another set of connective tissue, which is a spiral ligament. So there are 3 spirals: spiral lamina, spiral limbus, and spiral ligament. This is the organ of Corti. That is the basilar membrane, and that is the vestibular membrane. So basilar membrane, vestibular membrane, and therefore this is scala vestibule, scala media, and scala tympani. Scala tympani. So what are you supposed to identify in the cochlea? You have your spiral ganglion, cochlear nerve, modiolus, spiral lamina, spiral limbus, spiral ligament, stria vascularis, organ of Corti, basilar membrane, vestibular membrane, interdental cells, hair cells, pectoral membrane, hair lymph in the scala vestibule, vestibular membrane, endolymph in the scala media, hair lymph in the scala tympani. And if you go up, there is a communication between the two, which is called your helicoprima. The communication of the scala vestibule and the scala tympani. Be sure to have your own microscope and study all of this all over again, even if it seems that you know it already, just to familiarize. See different specimens, different view under the microscope. The next slide is the nose. So in the nose, we are interested in the olfactory epithelium. Olfactory epithelium. You go down, you'll see the olfactory epithelium. There, see? Yeah. There. That's the olfactory epithelium there. That's the olfactory epithelium. So this is the olfactory mucosa. This is the olfactory epithelium. It's made up of olfactory cells. And then the olfactory cells, the axons will join together to form the fila olfactoria. These are the fila olfactoria. The olfactory epithelium, this is the olfactory mucosa, that is the fila olfactoria. And then you'll find dark staining structures here, like this one, this one. These are your Bowman's gland. So you have olfactory mucosa, Bowman's gland, and the fila olfactoria for the olfactory mucosa. Next slide is the tongue. This is a rabbit tongue, so you rarely see your circumvallate. So you see foliate, and this one are the taste bud. And you must know the different cells in the taste bud. And then this is the posterior glands of von Ebner. It is associated in humans in circumvallate papilla, but you could find them even in the foliate papilla. This is the rabbit. Okay, the next slide is no more. So you go all over these slides again. I know you know it already, but just to make sure you have to go all over it.